Hey guys, today I'm going to be ranking every single Deadrails class from worst to best. So, let's just get right into it. And if you guys are enjoying my new type of Deadrails content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked just to help me out. And just to know that you guys are enjoying the new content. And yeah, let's just get into it. So in last place, we got none. So, yeah, I mean, obviously this is last since you don't have any abilities. You just start with a shovel, you know? So that's kind of obvious that that's gonna be last. Yeah, nothing really else to say about it. Like, it has nothing, no abilities or anything. And next, this might be a hot take, but number 12 is actually the Ironclad. Honestly, I don't really think I think like the 20% like loss of speed is actually like a pretty like massive debuff. So honestly, like it kind of holds back the class from like a lot of potential. Also, like you can just buy armor or find armor like later in the run. Like it's not like you can't get it if you don't have the class. So honestly, I feel like it's kind of a waste. And like the 20% loss of speed is just such a debuff. So I'm gonna have to put it in 12th. Now in 11th we have the Survivalist, and I don't have this class yet, but it just doesn't really look worth 75 bonds because I mean you literally only get like a tomahawk, and the only like buff that you have like has a debuff along with it. Like you can only have low damage to deal higher damage. I mean it seems alright, but it's just not as good as the other ones, so I'm gonna put it in 11th. Next we have the zombie. Actually, I mean this one seems like alright. I mean I guess it is just alright. You can like eat dead bodies to get more health, but you can't use snake oil or bandages. And I think it's kind of weird because like snake oil and bandages are not hard to get. Like you can just buy them after every outpost. So I don't know. It kind of like just defeats like the purpose of the class. Or not defeat the purpose, but I don't know. I feel like you can like heal easier without it even, or not without it, but like you can still have a easy time healing without the class, because you can just buy snake oil or bandages at a outpost. Now next we actually have the doctor class, and I guess this class is alright. Like if you're new to the game, it's definitely really good since you get like a lot of healing items. But if you're like more experienced in the game, like you don't really need it that much, honestly, because you don't really need to heal as much. Like if you really know your way around, but I guess it is kind of helpful. There's nothing really bad about it except if you're playing with like multiple people and you sacrifice half your health, but that honestly isn't even that big of a deal. And next we have the Arsonist. This class is actually like pretty good. I would say it's like a little bit overrated. Like I've seen people like put it in like S tier or whatever. I think it's alright. It's pretty good though. Yeah, I would say it's actually like pretty good. You do 2 times fire damage, which is pretty good for only 20 bonds. I think that's how much it is. And you get 4 Molotovs, which is quite a lot. So I would say it's pretty good. Next we have the Conductor. If you're like really good at the game, and this class is probably gonna be very useful since it goes 2 times speed. But like the main like drawback is that you have 2 times less health, and you don't even have a melee weapon. But like the 2 times less health, that one's like a lot worse of a debuff. So it would be a lot higher if it was only like 3/4 health, but like no, half health, it makes it like a lot harder to play. But if you're experienced, then it's pretty good. So yeah. And now next we got the Alamo. Now this one, I used to use this one for a while before like the update where they added a lot of classes, and this one's pretty good for defending the train and stuff. You can also use it for trolling, which I'm actually gonna have a video out soon for that. And you also get a helmet, and there's not really any debuff for it, so it's actually like pretty good. Now entering the top 5, we have Miner, and this one's actually like pretty good for only 15 bonds, I believe it is. And you can get 2 coal, a pickaxe, which I don't even really know what that does because I've never used this class. But the 2 coal is really good for 15 bonds, and also you have a headlamp, so you can actually see in the dark. Because like a really big thing now is like you can't really see that well at nighttime. It used to be like you could see pretty well, but like it's pretty dark now, so this is actually pretty good. So I'd say it's definitely a really good class for 15 bonds, so that's why it's in number 5. And at number 4, we have the Priest. This one is really good, and at first you might seem like it doesn't really do that much, but you can actually sell the holy water, I believe, and it gives you like a lot of money to start out with. You sadly can't sell the crucifixes, but it still gives you a good amount of starting money if you sell the holy water. And also, you don't have to worry about getting struck by lightning, which is a pretty good perk. And in third, we have the cowboy, and this one's actually like really good for doing a couple of the missions or the challenges or whatever they're called, because you start out with a horse, and also you have your own gun. So like that one's really good for doing the one mission called Pony Express, where you don't use the train at all. So I would say the class is really good for that. And also you start out with like a gun, so yeah, it's automatically a good class if it has that. And also it's only like 35, or no, it's actually 50, I think. I don't know, it's either 35 or 50. I think I bought it when it was like 35, but they might have moved it up. So it's still pretty good for that though. Really good class overall. So yeah, that's why it's in third. So in this number 2 spot, we have Vampire. And yeah, this class is actually really good if like you're pretty good at the game, because you spawn with a vampire knife and you move really fast, but you do take damage in direct sunlight. So you kind of have to like use the class like really like well. Like you have to be able to do that. But like, if you're like using it pretty well, then like it's like actually a really good class. It's like it's basically like 2 times speed. Like you go really fast. Like it says increased movement speed, it increases your speed by a lot. And also the vampire knife, you can basically heal by it. Like it gives you regeneration. So that kind of like if you are like raiding a town or whatever, like it kind of like counters the direct sunlight debuff, if that makes sense. And now in number 1, we have the High Roller. So this class is actually, in my opinion, very underrated, because you can get a ton of money from it. And honestly, lightning, like who really cares about that, bro? Like if it's lightning night, I usually just like stay under something anyway. Like I'm not gonna really care if it's 10 times more likely. But you get a ton more money in this class. Like I remember last time I played with this, I got like 4.5k cash. I'm not even joking. Yeah, but it's really overpowered and underrated. I don't really see many people talking about it. It used to be 2 times more, and like that would have easily been number 1. But yeah, I would still say it's number 1 though, because it gives a ton more money. And like you can use it for buying like a rifle at the beginning if you're playing with multiple people, and it's just overall really good of a class. So that's gonna be my ranking video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one.